Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to this presentation. I'm glad to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Glady Wattilete and I'm from Ambon. Now I will explain to you about the introducing of my experience.
Since the spread of the coronavirus in Indonesia, it has had an effect on the world of education. One of them is the learning system turned into learning from home. This is in accordance with the content of the circular letter of the Ministry of Education and Culture number 4 of 2020 regarding the implementation of learning from home or other term distance learning or online learning. Over time, it was that online learning was not effective. This is based on the observation of one of the teachers at MTS Negeri 1 Cilegon City, Mr. Sri Hanani SPD. Then the government again issues a face-to-face learning system policy but on a limited basis. Therefore, teachers must be able to combine face-to-face learning with online learning. A suitable term to describe this condition is hybrid learning. In addition, the facts in the fields found that the students experience a decrease in learning abilities, especially in learning mathematics. In this case, the focus of this research was students' mathematical reasoning abilities. According NCTM 2000, one of the mathematical abilities that must be developed is the ability to reason mathematically. However, it was found that the students' mathematical reasoning ability was still relatively low. One of the reasons is the model or strategy used by the teacher is still lecture and ordinary. The solution that I apply is that apply the SAVI approach to make learning more fun so that mathematical reasoning ability can increase. This experience only focuses on measuring mathematical reasoning abilities based on 4 indicators, according to Napitupulu et al.
First, making a logical conclusion with give good reasons. Second, explain models, facts, patterns, or existing relationship with clear. Third, making proof on existing assumption accompanied by good reason. 4. Analyze use pattern relationship that occur, make an analogy or generalize.
After that, in this case, the population taken was 8 grade students of SMP Negeri 2 Pagedangan, while the samples of this case were students of grade 8, 6, and grade 8, with a lot of students in each grade is 35 students. The sample was selected using convenient sampling technique. Then, data collection techniques in the form of tests to measure students' mathematical reasoning abilities include pretest and posttest, as well as observation sheets to determine the percentage of the implementation of teacher and students' activities during the learning process. After that, the data obtained were analyzed using descriptive statistical tests and inferential statistics. The results of the pretest show that the initial abilities of the student from the two classes before being taught with the SAVI approach were the same. This is indicated by the average pretest value of the experimental class and the control class having a difference of 0.14. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of the post-test show that the difference in the average value of the experimental class was higher than the control class, namely 61.86 greatest 50.57. However, it is known that the acquisition of this scores did not reach the value of 71, minimum completeness criteria value. One of the reasons for this to happen is that the students are not used to study with online learning system, so some students are still not ready. Basically, the mathematical reasoning ability of the student from two classes has increased. The increase in mathematical reasoning ability is calculated using normalization, based on the statistical ratio of the analysis of the difference between the two averages, namely the independent sample t-test. The significance value obtained is 0.000145. That H0 is rejected.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this slide, you can see here the graph to describe about the percentage of mathematical reasoning ability based on the indicators. The graph describes about the increase of mathematical reasoning ability of the students. Research results show that the average pretest score of students in class 8A is more low compared with class 8-6. The researchers chose class 8-8 as the experiment class, while class 8-6 was the control class. The Research 2020, which states that the SAVI learning model can increase results to when study. As a result of my experience, research results show that the average grade post-test score experiment was taller compared with the class control. 1.86 grade test, 0.57. The average increase in normalized change in the class experiment is higher compared with class control. 0.44 graded 0.26. Mathematically, this shows that the mathematical reasoning ability of students who study with the SAVI approach is better than the students who learn with conventional learning. This thing in line with research conducted by Hayruddin 2015, which conclude that achievement ability reasoning mathematical students who use more SAVI approach could compare with students who use learning conventionally. It is also in harmony with the result of Sari's research 2019 at MTS All Munawaro, Bangkok. Ladies and gentlemen, besides that, the shortcoming experience are problem internet network and their part students who don't have gadget. Hybrid learning carried out by STAIR Advanced and online requires adequate internet and network data. Often students experience a constrained network that does not stable, so that material presented by the request internet access. Johannes et al. 2016. Kuswidianoko et al. 2017. Example problems experience network in the study. This is arranged access network Wi-Fi provided by school. The location far from class, the place study, so that needed access network addition for support neglect of this hybrid learning process. Then students who don't present moment hybrid learning so that the teacher must prepare to learn video recording for send to students who don't present through group WhatsApp and Telegram
Means that there is a difference in the increase in normalization, the student's mathematical reasoning ability in the experimental class taught with the SAVI approach, which is significantly higher than the student in the control class using conventional learning.
Thank you so much for your great attention, ladies and gentlemen. May my presentation be useful for us. Thank you for watching.